Right now, in this exact moment, the universe is speaking to you. I know you feel it, that inexplicable pull that brought you here, that gentle whisper in your soul that said, pay attention to this. You're not here by accident. There are no accidents, no coincidences, no random moments. Everything is orchestrated, carefully designed, purposefully aligned. And today the universe has something urgent to tell you, something you've been missing, something that could change the entire trajectory of your life if you're willing to listen. But here's what I need from you before we dive into this message. I need your commitment. I need you to promise yourself that you'll stay until the very last word of this story, because the most important revelation, the one that will unlock everything, comes at the end. And here's what we're building together today. If we can reach 100 comments on this video, if each person who feels this message in their soul leaves just a few words about what they're experiencing, we create a powerful collective energy that the universe can amplify. Your comment isn't just engagement, it's a declaration to the cosmos that you're ready to receive. So I'm asking you to subscribe to this channel right now, because when you do, you're telling the universe, yes, I want more of this. Yes, I'm ready to wake up. Yes, I choose to be among the first to receive these messages. The algorithm, which is simply the universe working through technology, prioritizes those who engage fully, who watch completely, who participate actively. Don't just be a passive observer of your own transformation. Be an active co-creator. Stay with me until the end. Drop that comment and watch how the universe responds. Now let me tell you about the signs you've been missing. His name was Marcus, and for the past 6 months, his life had been falling apart in slow motion. It started small, missing a promotion he'd worked toward for 3 years, losing it to someone less qualified but better connected. Then his relationship of 5 years ended abruptly, when his partner admitted they'd been unhappy for over a year, but hadn't known how to say it. His father's health declined rapidly, forcing Marcus into the role of primary caregiver while trying to maintain his demanding job. His savings evaporated, paying for medical bills and expenses he hadn't anticipated. And through it all, Marcus felt like he was drowning, gasping for air in a life that no longer resembled the one he'd carefully planned. What Marcus didn't realize was that the universe had been trying to reach him for months before everything fell apart. There were signs everywhere, subtle whispers that something needed to change, gentle nudges toward a different path. But Marcus, like most of us, was too busy, too distracted, too invested in his plans to notice the universe's communication. He ignored the persistent feeling of emptiness after hitting every milestone in his career. He dismissed the recurring dreams about traveling, about freedom, about a completely different kind of life. He explained away the synchronicities, seeing the same number sequence repeatedly, encountering the same message in different forms, meeting people who all seemed to be telling him the same thing in different words. The universe always whispers before it shouts. It sends gentle signs, soft redirections, subtle course corrections. But when we ignore those whispers, when we're too attached to our own plans to hear the divine guidance, the universe has to get louder. Sometimes it has to dismantle the life we've built, so we can build the one we're actually meant to live. That's what was happening to Marcus, though he couldn't see it yet. He thought he was experiencing terrible luck, cruel fate, cosmic punishment. He couldn't understand why everything was falling apart when he'd done everything right, worked hard, followed the rules, checked all the boxes society told him would lead to happiness and success. One particularly difficult evening, Marcus sat alone in his apartment, surrounded by the remnants of his old life. Photos from the relationship that had ended, rejection emails from jobs he'd applied to after losing momentum at his current company, medical bills stacked in ominous piles. He felt hollowed out, exhausted not just in body but in spirit. And in that moment of complete depletion, something shifted. He stopped fighting. He stopped trying to force things back to how they were. He just sat in the quiet darkness and whispered into the void. I don't understand what's happening. If there's any meaning in this, if anyone or anything is listening, please show me. I need a sign. I need to understand why everything is falling apart. What happened next changed everything. Marcus didn't hear a voice from the heavens. He didn't experience some dramatic supernatural event, but when he finally quieted his mind enough to listen, really listen, he began to notice things he'd been missing. He remembered a conversation from 3 weeks ago with a colleague who'd mentioned a completely different career path, something Marcus had immediately dismissed as impractical. He recalled a moment from 2 months ago when he'd felt inexplicably drawn to a workshop about entrepreneurship, but had talked himself out of attending because he was too busy with his real career. He thought about how many times in the past year he'd felt a strange pull toward creativity, toward building something of his own, toward a life with more freedom and flexibility, but had suppressed those feelings as unrealistic daydreams. The universe had been showing him a different path all along. Every time he felt that pull toward something different, that was the universe speaking. Every time he encountered information about alternative ways of living and working, that was the universe guiding. Every time he felt empty despite his outward success, that was the universe saying, "This isn't your true path." But Marcus had been too committed to his plans, too afraid of deviating from the safe and predictable route, too worried about what others would think if he made a radical change. So the universe, in its infinite wisdom and relentless love, began removing the things that were keeping him stuck, not to punish him but to free him. The relationship ended because they'd both outgrown it, though neither had the courage to admit it. That relationship was comfortable but not fulfilling, safe but not passionate. The universe knew that Marcus needed to be alone for a while, to reconnect with himself, to remember who he was beneath all the expectations and obligations. The career disappointment came because Marcus was meant for something entirely different, something he'd never discover if he kept climbing a ladder that led nowhere he truly wanted to go. His father's illness, painful as it was, taught Marcus about presence, about what truly matters, about the fragility of life and the urgency of living authentically before it's too late. The financial pressure forced him to question everything he thought he knew about security and success. Over the following weeks, Marcus started paying attention differently. He began keeping a journal, writing down every strange coincidence, every repeated message, every moment when he felt that inexplicable pull towards something. The patterns became impossible to ignore. He'd think about starting a business in a specific field, then hear a podcast about exactly that the same day. He'd wonder if he was too old to start over, then encounter 3 different people who'd successfully reinvented themselves in their 40s. He'd worry about money, then receive unexpected income from a freelance project he'd forgotten about. He'd question whether he could really do something different, then see license plates, billboards, and social media posts that all contained the same encouraging message. The universe speaks in patterns and repetition. When you notice the same message appearing in your life 3 or more times in a short period, pay attention. That's not coincidence, that's communication. When you feel a persistent pull towards something despite it seeming illogical or impractical, listen. That's your soul recognizing your true path. When doors keep closing in one direction while unexpectedly opening in another, trust. That's divine redirection. When you meet people who seem to appear exactly when you need specific guidance or support, acknowledge. Those are angels in human form, sent to help you. Marcus started experimenting with following the universe's guidance instead of resisting it. When he felt pulled to reach out to someone, he did it, even when his logical mind said it was random or awkward. Those connections led to opportunities he never could have planned. When he felt drawn to explore a new skill or interest, he made time for it, even when he felt he should be focused on more practical things. Those explorations revealed hidden talents and unexpected passions. When he noticed synchronicities pointing him in a specific direction, he took small steps that way, even when he couldn't see the full picture. Those steps led to more clarity, more signs, more confirmation that he was finally moving in alignment with his true purpose. 6 months after that night when he asked for a sign, Marcus's life looked completely different. He'd left his corporate job and started a consulting business in a field he'd always been curious about but never pursued. It was scary, uncertain, financially shaky at first, but it felt right in a way nothing ever had before. He'd started dating again, but with completely different criteria. He wasn't looking for comfortable and convenient anymore. He was looking for someone who matched his energy, who inspired him, who wanted to build a life of purpose and passion. His relationship with his father, though still shadowed by illness, had deepened profoundly. They had real conversations now, vulnerable and honest, making peace with old wounds and creating new memories. Most importantly, Marcus felt alive again. He woke up with energy and curiosity instead of dread and obligation. He went to bed feeling fulfilled instead of depleted. He trusted himself and the universe in a way he never had before, and the signs kept coming, clearer and more frequent now that he'd learned to recognize and follow them. He realized that the universe had never stopped speaking to him. He'd just stopped listening, and once he reopened that channel of communication, once he started trusting the guidance instead of fighting it, everything began to flow. Now, here's what I need you to understand about your own life, your own circumstances, your own struggles. The universe is trying to tell you something right now. It's been trying to tell you for a while, actually. And the fact that you're here reading these words is not an accident. This is one of the signs. This is the universe using me, using this story, using this moment to reach you with a message you desperately need to hear. So let me ask you, what keeps showing up in your life? What patterns do you keep noticing but dismissing? What ideas keep calling to you despite seeming impractical or impossible? What doors keep closing despite your efforts to force them open? What unexpected doors keep appearing that you're afraid to walk through? The universe communicates through intuition, those gut feelings you can't explain, but know are true. When something feels right in your body, when you get chills or tears or that sense of yes without knowing why, that's the universe confirming you're on the right path. When something feels off, despite looking good on paper, when you experience persistent unease or resistance, that's the universe warning you away from what's not meant for you. Stop overriding your intuition with logic. Your intuition is the universe's direct line to you. It knows things your conscious mind can't access. Trust it. The universe communicates through synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. When you think of someone and they immediately contact you, that's not chance. When you need specific information and it appears from multiple sources simultaneously, pay attention. When you meet exactly the right person at exactly the right time, recognize the divine timing. The universe is showing you that you're connected to something larger, that there's an intelligence orchestrating things behind the scenes. These synchronicities are meant to build your trust, to show you that you're being guided. The universe communicates through obstacles and redirections. This is the hardest one to accept because we interpret closed doors as failure or rejection. But sometimes, the universe closes doors to protect you from paths that would lead to disappointment or harm. Sometimes it dismantles your plans because it has better ones. Sometimes it removes people from your life because they're blocking what's trying to reach you. Sometimes it creates financial pressure because you need to learn lessons about abundance and resourcefulness. Sometimes it brings relationship endings because you need to heal and grow before you can attract the love you deserve. Every obstacle is information. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this showing me? Where is this redirecting me? What am I supposed to learn or change? The universe communicates through patterns and cycles. Notice what keeps repeating in your life. Are you consistently attracted to the same type of person who ultimately hurts you? That's the universe showing you an unhealed wound that needs your attention. Do you keep ending up in similar situations despite changing locations or jobs? That's the universe showing you that the problem isn't external. It's an internal pattern that needs to shift. Do certain challenges or lessons keep appearing in different forms? That's the universe giving you opportunities to finally master what you've been avoiding. Pay attention to the patterns. They're not punishment, they're curriculum. You keep experiencing them until you learn what they're trying to teach you. The universe communicates through your body. Physical symptoms often carry emotional and spiritual messages. Persistent throat issues might indicate suppressed communication, things you need to say but haven't. Stomach problems often relate to anxiety and the inability to digest life's experiences. Back pain frequently connects to feeling unsupported or carrying burdens that aren't yours. Headaches can signal mental overwhelm and the need to quiet your mind. I'm not suggesting you ignore medical care. Please see doctors and take care of your physical health, but also ask, what is my body trying to tell me? What emotion or situation is creating this physical manifestation? Your body is incredibly intelligent and often knows what your mind is denying. The universe communicates through dreams. Pay attention to recurring dreams, vivid dreams that feel significant, dreams that evoke strong emotions. Your subconscious mind processes information and receives guidance during sleep in ways that your waking mind can't. Keep a journal by your bed and write down what you remember immediately upon waking, before the logical mind can dismiss or forget it. Look for themes, symbols, messages. Not every dream is profound communication. Some are just your brain processing the day's events. But some dreams carry real guidance. You'll know the difference by how they feel. The universe communicates through other people. Sometimes the universe can't get through to you directly because you're too stuck in your own perspective, so it sends messengers. A stranger makes a comment that perfectly addresses your secret worry. A friend suddenly brings up exactly the topic you've been contemplating. A child asks an innocent question that cuts straight to the truth you've been avoiding. A teacher or mentor appears exactly when you need specific guidance. Even difficult people in your life are messengers. They trigger you because they're showing you where you still need to heal, what you still need to learn. Everyone you encounter is part of the universe's communication system. Pay attention to what people reflect back to you, what they stir up in you, what they reveal about yourself. Here's what most people miss about universal guidance. The universe doesn't always make your life easier in the short term. Sometimes it makes things harder, because the path you're on is leading nowhere you truly want to go. And the only way to redirect you is to make continuing on that path too uncomfortable, too painful, too unsustainable. When everything is falling apart, when nothing is working, when you feel like you're being torn down to your foundation, you're not being punished. You're being rebuilt. The universe is clearing away everything that isn't authentic, everything that isn't aligned, everything that's blocking your highest good. It's excruciating in the moment, but it's necessary. You can't build a new life on top of an old foundation that was never meant to support who you're becoming. So what do you do with all this information? How do you start working with the universe instead of against it? First, get quiet. Create space for communication. You can't hear whispers if you're constantly drowning in noise, phones, television, other people's opinions, mental chatter. Develop a practice of stillness, meditation, prayer, silent walks in nature, journaling, whatever helps you quiet the external noise and tune into the internal wisdom. Even 5 minutes a day makes a difference. The universe is always broadcasting. You just need to tune into the right frequency. Second, ask for signs. It sounds simple, almost silly, but it works. When you're confused or uncertain, explicitly ask the universe for clear guidance. Show me if this is the right path. Give me a sign I can't miss. Then pay attention. The sign will come, usually within 3 days. It might be subtle or it might be obvious, but it will come. And when you receive it, acknowledge it, say thank you, express gratitude. This strengthens your communication channel with the divine. Third, follow the energy. Notice what expands you versus what contracts you. When you think about certain options or possibilities, how does your body respond? Do you feel light, open, energized, curious? That's expansion. The universe saying yes. Do you feel heavy, tight, drained, anxious? That's contraction. The universe saying no or not yet. Learn to read your own energy, to recognize the difference between fear of change, which feels anxious but also exciting, and genuine misalignment, which feels dull and depleting. Fourth, trust the timing. This is perhaps the hardest part. We want what we want when we want it, but the universe operates on divine timing, not our timing. What you're asking for might be coming, but you're not ready to receive it yet, or the circumstances haven't aligned yet, or you need to learn something first, or someone else involved needs to reach a certain point before things can come together. Trust that delays are not denials. Trust that what's meant for you can't miss you. Trust that you're always exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you need to become. Fifth, release control. Stop trying to force, manipulate, or control outcomes. Set your intentions, take aligned action, then surrender the results. Let go of attachment to specific outcomes and trust that the universe might have something even better in mind than what you can currently imagine. The universe has a vantage point you don't have. It sees the whole board while you only see your piece. It knows what's coming, who's coming, what opportunities are forming. Your job is to stay open, stay aligned, stay ready. The universe's job is everything else. Marcus learned all of this through his dismantling and rebuilding. And 1 year after everything fell apart, he would tell you it was the best thing that ever happened to him. Not because it was pleasant, it was brutal, but because it shattered the illusion of his old life and forced him to build a real one. A life based on truth instead of expectations. A life guided by inner wisdom instead of external validation. A life in partnership with the universe instead of in resistance to it. He wishes he'd listened to the early signs, the gentle whispers. It would have saved him a lot of pain. But he's also grateful for the journey because it taught him how to hear, how to trust, how to co-create with the divine. You don't have to wait for everything to fall apart before you start listening. You can start right now, today, this moment. You can stop dismissing the signs as coincidence and start recognizing them as communication. You can stop forcing doors that won't open and start walking through the ones that do. You can stop ignoring your intuition and start trusting it. You can stop resisting the guidance and start following it. The universe is trying to tell you something. It's been trying for a while. This is your sign, this moment, right here, right now. You asked for clarity, for direction, for confirmation that you're not alone or forgotten. This is your answer. You are so deeply seen, so profoundly guided, so completely loved by the universe. Everything that's happening, even the hard stuff, especially the hard stuff, is happening for you, not to you. What is the universe trying to tell you specifically? Look at your life right now with new eyes. Where are you experiencing the most resistance or struggle? That's where the universe is trying to redirect you. What keeps showing up repeatedly? That's what the universe is trying to get you to notice. What feels like it's falling apart? That's what the universe is clearing away to make room for something better. What unexpected opportunities or connections keep appearing? That's the universe showing you the new path. What do you feel pulled toward but keep dismissing as impractical? That's your soul recognizing your true calling. What scares you but also excites you? That's usually where your growth and purpose live. Here's my final message to you today. Stop waiting for perfect clarity before you act. The universe reveals the path one step at a time. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step. Trust that as you move, more will be revealed. Trust that you're not walking alone. Trust that the universe has invested too much in you to abandon you now. You matter more than you know. Your life has more meaning than you can currently see. Your purpose is more beautiful than you can imagine. And the universe is conspiring constantly and tirelessly to guide you toward your highest good. I need to hear from you. I need to know this message reached who it needed to reach. Drop a comment below and tell me, what sign have you been ignoring? What has the universe been trying to tell you? What are you finally ready to acknowledge or change? And if you want, tell me from which corner of the world you are watching this video. Your comment matters and I want to read it and respond to you. For more exciting stories like this, click on the video that appears on your screen right now. Remember, subscribing to this channel and watching until the very end tells the universe you're ready for more guidance, more messages, more signs. The universe responds to those who participate, who engage, who show up fully. Let's reach 100 comments on this video, 100 declarations that we're listening, we're ready, we're open. To continue bringing you these transformative messages, we need your energy, your engagement, your commitment. The universe works through collective consciousness, and every comment, every subscription, every moment you invest in your own awakening contributes to the whole. Those who watch completely and engage actively are prioritized by both the algorithm and the universe itself. You're moved to the front of the line for blessings, breakthroughs, and miracles. So don't just receive this message passively. Activate it through your participation. Leave that motivational comment. Tell us what you're claiming, what you're releasing, what you're stepping into. Your words have power, your voice matters, your journey is important. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being willing to hear what the universe has been trying to tell you. Now go forward with your eyes open, your heart receptive, your mind willing. The signs are everywhere. The guidance is constant. The love is unwavering. You just have to pay attention. The universe is speaking. Are you finally ready to listen?